Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations. In today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom, and I'm going to be bringing you guys 5 tips that we're revisiting from past videos that I have absolutely changed my mind on that you need to know. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, so the very first tip that we're going to be revisiting today is actually going to bring us to the balloon dock. In the past, I have talked about that the best episode to actually continually grind out on is going to be episode 6. The reason being is because it gives you the most topping pieces for the amount of stamina that is being utilized, and it only takes approximately 5 hours to complete the balloon runs. So basically, for the amount of stamina invested, this was going to be the most bang for your buck. However, I don't think that's the case anymore. We've introduced a brand new item basically called time jumpers into the game, and those don't technically unlock till episode 8. So as you can see here, time jumpers are officially unlocked at episode 8, and I definitely think that they are worth grinding out for. And with that being said, because they don't unlock until episode 8, I think this should be the new grinding place. I think getting in here as fast as you can to episode 8, so you can start grinding out these, not only these time jumpers, but the additional, topping pieces that you can get. And not only that, it's still under the 8-hour mark, which is typical for most working people that have jobs, 8-hour jobs a day, and students and kids and stuff that are gone at school all day long. Set the balloon dock, let it do its thing. When you get back home from whatever you are doing, typically the balloon will be ready to go, and hopefully you have collected some additional, time jumpers and topping pieces and everything that you need, because trust me, you're going to need those topping pieces for late game. But I definitely think this is the better way to farm, and not so much episode 6 anymore. However, naturally, if that's all you got unlocked, then obviously grind it out because that's what you have. But I definitely think that once you get all the episodes unlocked and you can pick and choose, grinding out episode 8 is going to be the most bang for your buck when it comes to stamina versus topping pieces and then now time jumpers. Now, officially diving in here to the second tip that we've got that I want to revisit from a past tips video, and that's going to be talking about the stamina system in the game. In the past video, I talked about utilizing and consuming all of your stamina every single time that you play to make sure that the game is actively regenerating your stamina when you're offline. However, we have since added a couple of different things in the game that do require a ton of different stamina. One of those things obviously being the overall burning time event, which then allows you to consume less stamina to do more things in the game. So whether you're doing stages in world exploration or, getting additional experience, whatever it is for that burning time specifically, it just basically costs less stamina. And with that being said, it's absolutely going to be worth saving your stamina or pulling your stamina up for when those events come around. The same thing goes here for the legendary gotcha missions, aka frost crystals for us currently here in the game, but you can see that it does cost 2,200 stamina jellies in order to complete this one mission, and that's going to be pretty common when it comes to individual cookies, not just the legendary gotcha. We had something similar to this with Twizzly Gummies missions. Like I said, it's going to be one of those things where it's kind of be up to your discretion, but I definitely think that it's worth pulling up a certain amount of stamina to make sure you save for something like the burning time event, so then you're not consuming as much stamina to do exactly the same thing you would if you were burning that stamina on a regular basis. Yes, one could argue that the game isn't really working for you then in that point, and you're not really generating any more additional stamina jellies, which is true, but at the end of the day, you're getting more bang for your buck when the burning time event is going on versus when it's not. Now, moving right along here to tip number 3 that I want to revisit from a past tips and tricks video, and that's going to be talking about hoarding up resources. In the past, I talked about utilizing and making only what you need to complete some Tree of Wishes or to complete your individual train orders and nothing more. However, in this case, I think that's absolutely have changed because we've got a ton of different events. Things like the Golden Age of Trade, things like the brand new event that we've got currently going on right now, which is Winter in the Cookie Kingdom for the overall guild, which requires you to, basically trade in a bunch of different materials. And if you weren't actively saving up or building up for this, then it's going to take you a long time to contribute to these individual events, Golden Age of Trade and this brand new guild event. So I definitely think it's worth getting into the game all the time. Make sure you have your buildings, crafting stuff, hoarding up some additional resources, and preparing actively for when these events come back around, because if you don't know, most of these events have some sort of ranking system, and based on the amount of items that you do end up trading over, you're going to get some additional crystals and additional experience jellies and a bunch of other stuff that you definitely don't want to miss out on. Now, officially diving in here to the 4th tip that we've got for you guys that I want to revisit, and that's going to be talking about the Cookie Castle level. In past tip videos, I mentioned multiple times that there are 3 important stops: Castle level 6, Castle level 8, and Castle level 10. All 3 of these you should be stopping at, and then obviously, doing what you can, building up your kingdom, hoarding up some resources before officially moving on. Well, with a lot of the stuff changing out in the game over the past couple of updates, I definitely think that Castle Level 6 has pretty much just fallen off on the wayside, and instead of stopping at Castle Level 6, every player should be pushing to get to Castle Level 8 as soon as possible. Because if you don't know, Castle Level 8 essentially unlocks everything in the game. You might not be participating at the top tiers on everything at Castle Level 8, but you can still nevertheless participate, and that's what you need in order to really unlock the entire game. With that being said, though, as well, keep in mind that once you progress past level 8 and you are on your way to Castle Level 12, for instance, I highly recommend making sure that you're hoarding up red jelly berries, your flour, and your individual milk, because those three things at Castle Level 12 seem to be the most in demand, and you definitely don't want to be getting to Castle Level 12 without having enough of those three individual items. But with that being said, guys, make sure you're pushing to Castle Level 8 as soon as possible so you can unlock everything. Now, officially diving into the fifth and final tip that we've got for you guys, and that's going to bring us into the overall medal shop. In the past, I have preached and preached to save up your individual medals and not spend them on anything besides your main team composition, cookies, soul stones, because I just thought that there was no value in anything else. However, though, with brand new game modes coming out, things like the Super Mayhem that we can collect individual season, medal rewards, same thing goes for our overall guild rank when it comes to the individual Mayhem shop, and then not only that, they all share the exact same shop, and the shop getting a massive overhaul in one of the most recent updates. I definitely think it's going to be worth getting in here and at least, for sure, spending the additional 600 medals to buy the Ancient Soulstone that is always available on rotation. With that being said, also, next to the individual Ancient Soulstones, we've got Epic Soulstones, but they are a lot more valuable because they are going to be utilized for cookies that you do not already have max promoted, which in my opinion, I think is very, very valuable and absolutely worth the additional 400 medals, just because we're getting a ton of additional medals via the brand new additional content like Super Mayhem and from the overall season reset. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude today's video for 5 tips that you absolutely need to know with diving into Cookie Run Kingdom. As always, guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you have any additional questions. And I also invite you guys to join the Discord, man. We've got almost 6,000 players for Cookie Run Kingdom in there. We would love to have you. It's an awesome, fun-filled community. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next one.